Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys about GSAP ScrollTrigger and how you can integrate it in your website. And also, we're going to be integrating Lenis, and we're going to be using it together with ScrollTrigger, and we're going to see how smooth this is. So now here, as you can see, I have here some images or cards. Now, when I start scrolling, you can see that the cards start stacking up and then they sort of also rotate. It's a pretty standard and cool effect that you might have seen in many websites. It looks very nice and very modern. So you can integrate this in your project, in your application. Yeah, without a delay, let's get started and let's learn to build this. So here I'm in my index.html file where I have some CSS and HTML. Now let's first see how this renders on the browser. So here, as you can see, I have 5 different images and I can scroll. Oh, looks pretty nice. Now for the HTML, we have a container div which has 5 different cards. Each of the individual cards has this image. Now all these images I picked up from Pinterest. So you just add 5 random or same image, it's fine. And then for the CSS, we have the container which has a height of 300 viewport height, just so that it basically gives us the extra room to scroll. Padding top of 50 viewport height, just so that all the cards sort of start from the center. And then this is the styling of the card, which has a height, width, margin bottom, just so that each of the individual cards maintains a gap from the other one. And then font size, which we don't really need since we don't have any text content. Box shadow, a border radius, overflow is hidden. And then will change as transform. Now this will change, if you haven't used this before, you can just think of it as sort of like a heads up that you give to the browser, letting it know that this element is going to change. So that's basically what we have for the HTML and CSS. Now if you look closely, we also have the CDNs for the GSAP and ScrollTrigger. Now let's start by adding this script tag and let's add the JavaScript. So here first we grab onto all the different cards and store in the items. We grab onto the last element and store it in the last card. And then we grab onto the height of the last card using client height and store it in the last card height. Let's console it and let's see if this is actually the height of the last card. As you can see here, it says 250. Now whether this is correct or not, you can just scroll up and you can see that in the CSS, well, this is indeed the height that we mentioned here in the card. So we have height as 250 pixels. Now you may think that why do we need to have client height when we can just directly absolutely add here 250 instead? Well, that is correct for this example or this component, but let's just say you have a component wherein the height isn't defined in CSS, then you might have issues troubling or adding here any absolute value. Then you want to have this client height and grab on the actual height of the element. The next thing that we do is we run a for each of the individual cards stored in the items. And then we start a GSAP timeline, which has the scroll trigger. Now the scroll trigger basically needs a trigger or an element to trigger the animation. So here, the trigger is each of the individual cards. Now, when do you want to start it? So we started at top. Now you may think, why do we have 2 tops here? The first value is the value of the element. So when the top of the element reaches the top of the viewport, you want to trigger the animation. So the first one is the elements. The second one is basically the viewports. Then we need an end trigger. When do you want it to end? So in this case, the end trigger is the container which holds all the different cards. When do you want to end? When the bottom of it hits the top of the viewport. Let's save. And now when I scroll, we see nothing. The reason for that is even though we have added the scroll trigger, we don't really have any animations to make this effect visible. So to add animation, we just check if the card is the last card. If this is the last card, we add a 2 to the timeline, we target the card, we scale it up, and then we rotate it a bit, and then transform origin just so that everything happens from the center of the card. We just have transform origin as center. And then if this is not the last card, we just do this. Now let's save. And now when I start scrolling, you can see that as soon as the card hits the top, we get this animation. And this happens for all until this hits the bottom. Looks nice, right? But this isn't the stacking effect. Now to get the card stacking, we need few other stuff. The first thing is we want everything to be pinned as true, which means that entire scrolling thing makes the element stay in place. And then we don't want any extra space, so we just have pin spacing as false, and then scrub to true, meaning that it basically binds the animation with the actual scrolling. Let's save. And now when I start scrolling, you can see that now image starts stacking up. But this is not quite right. We don't really want everything to be at the very top and then end it sort of at the very end. So what we can do is in this start and end, so we want this to start from the top of the element, but it should trigger basically when it hits 200 pixels plus the specific index of the element times 30 pixels, which means for the first element or the first card, it would start from around 200 pixels. The second one would be 230, then the next one would be 260, so on and so forth. Let's save. And now if I refresh, let me scroll up, and then as you can see, now all these cards basically start animating at different positions. Now for the end, you can keep it as this, or even better, we can use this last card height, which would mean that when the height of the card is reached, then you basically stop it. This looks nice. Now there's one issue though. If you look closely here, when I keep scrolling, the image sort of enter with a jerk and the animation isn't smooth. Now this isn't any issue that happens with our code. Our code is perfectly fine. The thing is, when you're using the browser's native scroll, it has a bunch of issues and it's not that smooth. So for this, we use something called as Lenis. Now Lenis basically gives you a custom scroll bar, which is very smooth and which you can integrate with GSAP ScrollTrigger to make it even smoother. So we add the CDN for that. And then here, what you can do is you can just search for Lenis scroll. First link that opens up, you click onto that. Click on this documentation. Scroll down. And here, you can see that it has the code that you can add for the GSAP ScrollTrigger. Just copy it and then just paste it in here. Let's save. And now let's refresh the page. And when I scroll, you can see the page is so smooth. The animation also feels very smooth like butter. The source code is going to be in the description. Make sure to check it out, play with it. If you need more such content, make sure you comment down. And also let me know if you really liked it or not. So yeah, that's it for this video. Meet you guys in the next. Till then, bye bye. Take care and peace.